Okay, but first up, he's called the Bobblehead Dad.
Awesome.
He's an author, speaker, and parenting pro, and he's sharing his best tips for parents so you can raise kids of all ages with culinary confidence.
I love it, and that means kids who are comfortable and confident in the kitchen. Jim Higley joins us now. So Jim, why is this so important? This is awesome. I know you take it in stages as well.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
you know, culinary skills and cooking for kids, it's like any other skill we teach our kids. It's one building block on top of the other. And what I've learned is you got to start early because it's not only smart, it's fun.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It makes them feel like they have a little job to do.
Absolutely.
I think, when they're little.
Absolutely.
So what's the first thing you
Yeah,
might
so
teach?
let's start with toddlers. Clearly, safety is job one when you're talking about toddlers. And that means non-negotiable and repetitive ongoing rules about being around the oven and the stove.
Right.
There's also things you can do to make your kitchen a lot safer. Like, as example, invest in a child-proof knife block like this. The kids can't pull the knife out,
Ooh,
but
okay.
if you release the latch on the side, mom and dad can. So there's some really smart things you can do to make your kitchen a lot safer. Now, it should also be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You have a little kid, so
Yes.
so
He
the
likes
kitchen should be a
cooking.
lot of fun. Yeah, so get them a fire retardant apron and make them your helper. You were telling me about this weekend and how he's helping you out with some of the cooking in the kitchen.
Well, and we're doing one of your first tips, which is basically he can't measure, but he can dump.
Well, that's really funny you say that because that's actually one of the things I was going to talk about. You got to be practical in terms of what you expect your kids because pouring out of a cereal box or a gallon of milk is almost impossible for a little kid.
Right.
So pre-pour, take 5 extra seconds as the parent, pre-pour and let them dump. Eventually they will master those skills of pouring. Let them count things. Counting is a really fun skill for a lot of kids to do as well. And here is something really cool. These are from CuriousChef.com. They are nylon knives. They're totally safe for kids.
And they're effective.
Well, and
you can actually use
they're very
this.
effective for soft things like bananas and stuff like that. But it helps to build their motor skills. So it's a really fun thing. So it's a great thing for toddlers.
That's a very good idea.
Safety and just get them in the kitchen right away.
And I like that you mentioned counting. This is also builds on some of the other things that they'll need in life. Math skills, addition.
Well, let's move on because
Yes,
as your kids get a little bit older, let's say they're 6, 7, 8, 9, they're in school, they're taking classes. The kitchen's a perfect place to bring math right into the kitchen.
Okay.
Measuring cups are fun for kids.
Yeah.
They're way cooler than flashcards.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so but while you're having fun with teaching about measuring, also teach them basic skills about how to measure dry ingredients like flour or brown sugar or liquids. You know, make sure they know what they're doing in terms of how to measure that. Speaking of measuring, here's a really fun craft.
Okay.
Go to Pinterest and search by Gallon Man.
Okay.
And this is a fun craft you can do with your child. It uses all the measuring units, gallon, pint, quart, and you can make your own little person. I've actually seen these done with the real cartons, and they're an absolute riot. But
This would be good for me because I forget this information many times.
Don't we all?
I was thinking the
We all
exact
do.
same thing.
You try to
all
draw
do.
on that in the moment, and you're like, oh, how many pints are in a quart? I don't remember.
We always forget. So make a Gallon Man.
That's cool.
Speaking
Love
of
the Gallon Man.
measuring, you know, spices are also another great way to talk about smaller levels of measurement. But spices are also a great way to take your kids into different parts of the world. Where are those spices from? Start talking about different cultures and stuff. In fact, you can take it a step further and integrate it into bedtime stories about children from different parts of the world who are from the places that the spices came from. So you can start to connect everything all at once.
That's brilliant.
All right, so at this age, all kids actually need to know how to crack an egg. It is a huge confidence builder. Do you know how to crack an egg?
I do, but I didn't learn this until I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
I didn't learn until I was an adult, and I don't know if I'm 100% right, but I was taught that the proper way to do a shell-free egg crack is to crack it, and then pull it apart like that with your thumbs. And 99% of the time you'll be a shell-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I have to go in later and pick them out.
Yeah.
Me too, which is really hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's very hard and probably unsanitary.
Yeah. All right, and you've got actually something really cool up there in the front too. This is a healthier alternative to like a chip.
Yeah, so as your kids are getting older, clearly you want to teach them how to use the oven, the microwave, and the stove. I think my kids thought the oven was only used for cooking, baking cookies when I was a little kid. So let's do healthier. Let's take them into like sweet potato chips. They're healthy, they're fun to make, and the kids really enjoy it. You might have to help them cut them, but a really good alternative. Let's get them involved in helping make dinner. They don't have to make the whole dinner, but they can make parts of the dinner. I know homemade meals are like our gold standard in the country, but we're all kind of busy. So turn to alternatives like a Stouffer's mac and cheese. It's made with great ingredients like fresh pasta, cheddar cheese, skim milk, and butter. Kids love it, and it teaches them how to use the oven. I partner with them all the time. They're really committed to to good quality ingredients, and they're just delicious.
Yeah, and you feel such a sense of accomplishment as a kid if you've contributed to what the whole family is eating.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Good side note, if you haven't figured out your Easter recipe, mac and cheese from Stouffer's is a great side dish for that family celebration.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move into microwave. Can we promise to teach kids the microwave is more than making popcorn?
Yes. Yes.
So the eggs that we just cracked open, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of milk, a little salt and pepper, and your kids can make their own scrambled eggs in the morning.
We do this now, actually, like because I'm, strapped for time in the morning. So
Right.
we do microwave eggs now. So he's been used to seeing me do it this way. So I'm excited to kind of, ease him into doing it himself.
It's a great, healthier option for kids. With the stove, my favorite thing, you did it this week, and pancakes are my favorite things. But I know a lot of parents, they don't want to go through the mess of mixing up the pancake mix and then cleaning everything up. So the best parent hack I found is to pre-make your pancake mix, put it in a cleaned out ketchup bottle, keep it in the refrigerator, and then when your child wants it, if they're either if they're old enough or not old enough, you can just simply warm up the griddle.
And
that's brilliant.
It is really great, isn't it?
That's awesome.
That's really
best
smart.
parenting hack I can give you today.
And that's good for me.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
no
is.
kidding. I'm always rushing.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Fill up
Absolutely.
a couple of those, stick them in the fridge, good to go.
And then don't forget, when they're little, start a little cookbook, scrapbook with cooking memories that you can add to throughout the years. It's a great reference for them, but for you, I tell you, it'll pull your heartstrings as you look at it as they get older and see all the things that they've learned from cutting bananas to making 4-course meals.
Such a good keepsake to pass along too when they have kids.
Yeah.
Right, right. I think this is all great. It sets you up for life, giving you cultural experiences to food.
I couldn't agree more.
Social interactions.
One of my sons was home for college break, spring break just the other day, and I have to admit, I have failed in the culinary skills with him. So start early and start fresh and young kids.
And then teach them to do laundry.
Exactly.
For more great parenting tips from Jim, you can visit him online. Here's his website. It is bobbleheaddad.com. And for more great recipes like this mac and cheese, you want to head over to stouffer's.com as well. All right, thanks, Jim.
Yeah, great tips.